Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lived and Told. Today I got here Tristan, the founder and owner of both Connection Wins and Simplify Sales.
You've done your research, right? Nice.
I tried to. I tried to. So I think in your own words, Tristan, Connection Wins is connecting customer service with sales reps.
So close. Yeah.
And Simplify Sales is business that provides structure and coaching for those who are in sales. And that recently launched about 2 months ago.
Yes. Cool. Yeah.
That's my introduction to you, Tristan, but you probably do it more justice.
I'll just fix a couple of the statements that were made. So Connection Wins is like a overall, like it's like the parent company of all things like, telecommunications. So anything that's done over the phone, whether it be customer service or sales, it falls under the umbrella of Connection Wins. So ideally it's running customer service or sales operations for businesses themselves. And then Simplify Sales is just like specifically focusing on the sales aspect of it all. So, Simplify Sales is there to generate like a little bit more of a name that Connection Wins can provide sales. It's just like Simplify Sales is just a little branch of it.
Beautiful. We'll dive into that. We'll park that for a second. I'll get into the rapid fire questions so the audience can get to know you a bit more. So first one is, what was your first job?
First job was, oh man, this is really, I didn't really feel old until now because I can't really remember. I think it was either working for like really short casual work for an ice cream factory.
Oh, wow.
Or possibly like first full-time job was working with Meg, my wife, at a place called Glass Expansions, which was, I didn't even know what it was. I wasn't that good at it. I didn't really care about the job either. It was just something to do with glass. I was like boiling it and doing things with it.
Okay.
I don't think I was doing the right things with it.
That's all right.
That's why I got sacked. So.
Oh no, that's all right.
That was like 5 Trestons ago, so I'm okay with saying that.
It's a lifetime ago. Probably feels like. We talked about this offline actually. But what is your favorite book?
Favorite book is 5 a.m. Club.
Is it here in the background?
5 a.m. Club. It should be because I wanted to pull it out to read it. Funnily enough, today. So it's interesting that you asked me about books today. I think it's upstairs, maybe.
And what's the premise of the book for those that haven't read it?
It's just a really. All in all, the 5 a.m. Club explains the benefits of waking up at that time. And how to make most of the time that you've got. So. At 5 a.m., so if you think of any time that you might be up, there's this kind of peace in the air that you don't really get at 7 a.m.
Because everyone else is waking up at the same time.
And you just want to take it, and it just shows how to take advantage of that time. But the reason why it's so effective is because it's done by story. And the thing about, like, with me, I believe in things that have been done, and that book makes me think it's been done because it's told in a story.
It's evidence-based.
It's just freaking incredible, I haven't yet been able to do it successfully, but it is a big reason as to why I wake up early a lot of the time.
What's the wake-up time for you?
Not 5 a.m., but,
getting closer.
It's getting closer, I think on a good run, like when the girls have got, like when it's not school holidays and stuff, it'll be around, anywhere between 6:30 to 7 at the moment. But, if they're on school holidays, bro, we're going to get our sleep, Of course. It's like anytime 7 onwards.
Awesome. And who was your idol growing up?
Will Smith, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I wanted Will Smith to be my fucking dad. Like, I just absolutely
why
loved
Will
him.
Smith?
So my family was just really into like the R&B and hip hop era. And he was just, when I was a kid, he was just in like every movie that I was interested in, and like his music was a big part of it. So I just loved Will Smith, all his dance moves, his raps, him being a mad actor at the time, funny, action, good looking dude, just was across so many cool shows. I just loved Will Smith.
And quite humble as well, from what I've heard from interviews as well.
100%. He seems humble. But man, who knows when you're at that level, who knows what they're like.
I know. That's all right. Well, that's fine. I was also actually Will Smith. Good actor, actually. Good actor. So just you talked about your businesses, or your 2 businesses there, Connection Wins, Simplify Sales. Can you walk us through your background and how you got to where you are now, from those ice cream glass making days up until now?
Yeah, What did I do? I think like after I got sacked from that glass place.
Yeah.
I got one of my friends organized a job for me for it was an over the phone sales role where we were basically calling numbers that were in the yellow pages or white pages.
Yeah.
It was loaded into our system.
Yeah.
And we would have to upgrade them to our phone line. So it was like it was like cold calling customers, making it seem like we were calling from Optus or Telstra.
Yeah.
And saying that we had a better offer for them, and then convincing them to sign up for that.
Yeah. Also, was mobile plans or?
It was home phone days.
Oh yeah.
And then internet was an upgrade, so it was to convert home phone lines.
Yeah.
And then from there, I randomly got a job teaching swimming.
Yeah.
That was random.
Yeah.
And then what did I do? After swim teaching, I was dabbling a little bit in like marketing of some sort, but like not marketing. Is like I was like in the bodysuit of something at like you know what I mean, like an M&M or whatever it was. And then I just I don't know. I was just far out. I have no idea. Like I said, it was like many Trestons ago.
It sounds like a long resume.
Yeah, and then I think whatever. There's a part that I can't really remember, but there was also, I remember when I got my first sales job, I just sent out a bunch of I sent my resume out to a bunch of places, and I didn't even know what I was applying for. It was just on Seek, bulk send.
Okay, yeah.
Because I wanted a job then.
Yeah.
And then I managed to land a job selling credit card insurance over the phone, and then that's kind of where things just really just progressed for me into sales. So
is that when you started? It sounds like throughout your professional career or career you call it, or the jobs that you've had, sales always seems to be sales seems to be coming up.
Yeah, this was like the start of it though. This is like when I was like kind of okay at it.
Yeah.
And then someone just saw potential in me, and then they trained me up, and then I did really well at that job, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then we just branched out into all different types of sales from there. So from credit card insurance, then I went into like life insurance, funeral insurance.
With the same business? Or?
Different company.
Oh, different company, yeah.
And then after that, I sold solar panels.
Yeah.
And then I sold internet and phone plans again.
Yeah.
And then I sold coaching packages or appointments set for coaching packages. And then I was an account manager for a trading platform. Yeah. That was like Wolf of Wall Street. That was pretty crazy. And then we sold solar and batteries again.
Yeah.
And then sold massage chairs for like nearly 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And then, now I'm doing this.
When did you realize you were good at sales? Was there ever a point that you realized you were good at sales?
I think it was just the moment someone said that that I had potential, that's when I thought I could be good at it. So, and then I just never let it go.
It's just a vote of confidence.
Yeah, which is huge, And plus, I was really young at the time, and I didn't really have much going for me. I just wanted to dance all my life. So, and then when someone tells me I'm good at something else that I never expected, and then being good at that made a pretty decent amount of money at the time.
Yeah,
it's just exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah. Well, what inspired you? I think you mentioned even before launching the business, you sold coaching courses for sales. What inspired you to do that? What inspired you this? Share with the world. Share with the world your secrets.
Honestly, nothing inspired me. It's like that was a funny story because I was really sick of my other job, and then I saw this company that just kept popping up on my Facebook. It was like a sponsored. I don't know. They just kept popping off.
It was an ad, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just run by this one guy, and he was like the face of it, and. I just knew that they did sales, but I didn't even know what coaching programs were at the time.
Yeah.
So I literally like saw an ad, and I was in the middle of my job, and I just stood up. I left. I told him I'm done for the day. Oh no, I quit. I quit that job.
Like on the spot.
On the spot, and then I caught a tram and went to the office of this place that I kept seeing on my Facebook feed, and I was like, man, I heard you guys do sales. I just want to see if you guys have any opportunities. And then the guy that I've been seeing online, it's like, let's go for a walk around the block. And then basically interviewed me and gave me the job.
On the spot?
On the spot, yeah.
What was his reaction to you coming in?
They were so impressed. I think that's what gave me the edge. That I just did something that no one else has done. And unfortunately, I didn't really like the job. But it was it was a core memory. And I think that also just helps me just doing things like that is just helps me believe that I'm a pretty decent salesperson.
Did you always good at sales? Like, did you think that upon looking back at it now, were you always good at sales, and then you kind of just enhanced that to the next level, or was it something that you were very bad at?
I think now that now I'm in these shoes, I'm like, if you asked me back then, I would have been like, fuck yeah, I'm good at sales.
I'm the
but
best.
like,
I'm the best.
Now I'm here. I'm just like, I didn't know. Like I was just doing it. Yeah, it was one of those unconsciously competent scenarios where it's like, I didn't really know what I was doing, but it was working.
Yeah.
Whereas versus now, which is where I'm very consciously competent. I know what to do. I know why it works. I know what not to do and why I shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Back then it was like I was doing things not knowing why, but good at it. And I believe there's a pretty big difference in being good at something. Like I don't think you can genuinely be good at something if you're unconsciously competent. Like you can't. You're just purely relying on hoping for the best.
Just luck, really.
Just luck. Well, not really. Yeah, hoping for the best of your own skills, but you don't know why to use the skills or when to use them in certain scenarios.
I guess probably maybe rephrasing that, probably intentional with the skills that you have as opposed
exactly. To intentional is good way to put it. Nice.
Thank you. And you explained very well there, better than I did in terms of the business that you've launched. Was that just a natural extension of it there that you saw there was a gap in the market or something that you wanted to provide onto others, something that you were passionate about enough to?
Not because there's a gap in them. Oh, actually, there's a little bit of a gap in the market for, I think, just my approach on it all. But there was just a time when I was selling solar panels and I was talking to my sales manager at the time. We're really close friends. And then he was just like, imagine if we started our own call center,
Yeah.
And he's a bit more of a confident, he's a bit more of a low risk kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like he's, what is the word? Risk adverse.
Risk adverse, yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't really like big leaps.
Yeah.
He likes being quite comfortable.
Yeah.
But then there's me that's like, oh wow, call center. So
you can see the possibilities.
And like I just I always wanted to do it, and then when I was selling massage chairs recently, I became a team leader and then learned a lot more about how to manage people to be better salespeople. And at that point, that's when I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this. You know what I mean? I think I can run a call center. I know how to manage people now. I don't just know how to do sales. I know how to train people to do sales.
Yeah.
And then that's when it really started to become a bigger reality for me. And then, and then now we're doing it.
You talked about your approach at the start of this answer there, your approach to it. What is your approach and philosophy and belief in sales? The question is, how do you approach it? Like, I think a lot of people listening and viewing would say, sales, I'm trying to sell something to someone, I'm trying to provide them with a good or service. What's your underpinning philosophy and beliefs behind that?
I never really thought about that. My philosophy of sales. I've never really thought of it as a philosophy, but I definitely have a belief in that if you are speaking to someone or dealing with someone that needs a product or service from you, then it would be quite a waste of both of your time if you don't really figure out how many problems come from that problem. So, for example, if you come to me wanting to purchase like a desk, right?
Yep.
Then you can say to me that you need a desk because you've got nowhere to work.
Yep.
Right? And that's the main reason why you think you need one.
Yep.
But realistically, you need a desk so that you can work. And if you don't work, you don't have an income.
Yeah.
If you don't have an income, you don't have the house. You know what I mean? And you find out those trickling little problems that really come underneath that main problem. So, my belief is that you can't, there is more than just one problem behind the problem.
Yeah.
And it's in your best interest to be able to find out what they are before you even present anything to them.
Okay. Is that as soon as you meet the person, you're just diving into questions, asking about?
Oh, yeah, you definitely want to kind of warm them up a little bit though.
Of course.
Yeah. There's just something called rapport in sales, which is, having, it's kind of like making a friend, having a friendly conversation with someone. So you use a combination of that, but also a line of questions, so it stays kind of open rather than it's just like, this is like, what do you want? Duh. What do you want? What do you need it for? Duh. Why? Duh.
It's quite transactional in that sense.
Yeah, you need it to be like, if you have a good balance between rapport and, and professionalism or questions, and it seems like a much more free-flowing conversation.
Yeah.
But in sales, you need to be able to know how to direct that to, certain areas that you need it to be able to close a sale.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You talk about a lot of your videos about simplifying the sales process. What does that mean practically?
Well, initially it just came because sales structures that I've been kind of involved with were getting a little bit complex.
Yeah.
And sales training in general is like really, really overly complex. Like I had to say, I got trained by a sales trainer that like dived into, customer personalities and just all this kind of stuff, which is good to know. But, bro, people just need to know how to sell better. And and to sell better, you just need to know how to deal with people better. And to deal with people better, you just need to be in tune with who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Whether they're a fucking A class, D class, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, a human is a human. And you just want to be able to, you just need to know how to talk to someone. It doesn't matter about what their personality type is, because you might judge someone's personality type off of them having a bad day that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
So if you just kind of spread to them like a human, then it kind of lowers their guard, right? So simplify sales is just giving people the easier approach. It's like you don't need to think about the personality types. You don't need to think about hectic strategies of objection handling. You just need to give a customer a really simple process where you understand what problems they have, and then you're going to offer a solution that'll fix that.
Yep.
And then as long as you connect them well, it doesn't matter what price you say, it makes sense because they see the link.
Yeah.
And it's just, again, just the way I explained it. So it's just so simple.
Just speaking to a human.
Yeah.
Can anyone do it? Can anyone be good at sales?
No. I mean, I only say that because people aren't interested in it. If someone's not interested in doing it, they're not going to be good at it.
Yeah.
If you take a bunch of people that are like, if you just give me a bunch of people that are interested in sales and they're where was I going with that?
Is it the mindset? They want to actually be good at it. They want to actually learn, or is it?
Yeah, it's like, you know what? No, the answer is no. Not everyone can be good at sales. Yeah.
Okay, and why is that? Besides the simple fact that they don't want to be.
Yeah, some people are a little like, some people have a really big ego where they don't want to kind of listen to feedback and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I automatically thought of a scenario where, I've only had one person that I've failed when I trained them in sales, right? I've only had one person not do well. And he was just the most stubborn motherfucker. Like he was he was new too. Like he was just so stubborn and was like, nah, whatever you say, it doesn't apply to me because I want to be like the number one sales rep.
And how did you approach that?
And I was just like, I was just really calm about it until I wasn't. I was just like, I kind of just got over it, bro. I was like, you're wasting my time. Like, you know what I mean? We're both wasting each other's time. No matter what I say, you're not going to do it. So we just sacked him.
Okay.
There's people like that you just got to kind of get rid of because he's taking my time. I could be training other people that want to be coached.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's someone that thinks he can be good at sales, but he doesn't want to listen to feedback to get better. Yeah. He just wants to do what the top person is doing.
Yeah.
And that's really untrainable.
But is that a wrong mindset? Like, what's wrong? I guess challenge that is what's wrong with trying to be like the best or try and mimic the best. If they're the best closer, the best salesperson, what's the,
it's because salespeople, whatever it's a really uncopyable kind of, every salesperson, you can't copy them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone should have their own identity because everyone's their own human, right? Yeah. And like, if I was speaking to you, like if I'm trying to sell you something and I didn't sound like my genuine self, you probably wouldn't want to listen to me. You know, I sound like
a robot.
Yeah, just not like, I'm sure you spoke, bro, I'm sure you've spoken to fake people in your life, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, I don't want to deal with this person.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what sales is like. If you try and copy someone just because they're doing well, you're really taking the unnatural approach. And customers will sense that and they're like, nah, don't want to deal with you.
You mentioned that, I don't know if you can dive deep into it, but you mentioned different type of sales people there. What are the common ones that you see? Like, can you categorize them into certain kind of sales?
Into different sales people?
Yeah.
Well, there's
almost like a personality type of sales people.
There's salespeople that do really well because they outwork everyone. So they really rely on hard work and persistence, and that's what gets them their numbers.
Yep.
And then there's other people that do really well, but they don't need to make as many calls. They don't need to be as persistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like salespeople have their different strengths, and one isn't better than the other. At the end of the day, they're still bringing results. But I'm definitely a lot more of a kind of less dial kind of person. I don't really like just going crazy all day, every day. It kind of drives me insane. So I purely rely on my, my skills and my personality to, just make a few calls and have a good result rather than call hard every day and burn myself out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You mentioned there that there were people that weren't coachable. The people that you were able to coach, were there any common traits that they had that allowed them to succeed more than the average person?
I mean, I think there hasn't. I apart from that one dude, I haven't really. And like obviously credit to the people that I was coaching as well.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
Requires their effort, but we haven't missed yet, except for that one dude.
Yeah.
And just because, I've been in situations where someone's told me to do something and haven't really explained why, and it just didn't really sit.
Yeah.
So the good thing about when I train sales with people is like things are done because of this particular reason, right?
Yeah.
Like you say this on a call, and the reasons why you would say it on a call is this. The downsides of you saying it is this, which is very little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as long as you kind of explain what the benefits and negatives are of what you're trying to do, that way it becomes realistic and it's easier for them to digest and use.
Yeah. I've heard on multiple podcasts and multiple books actually that I've read that the skill of sales is one of, if not the most important skill that you'll have. One, do you believe that's true? And then two, for you, what is the skill of sales?
No, I don't think it's like the most important skill to have. Like, what was the second part to that?
Second part is, if you do believe that, or if you do believe that it's one of the most important skills, what does that mean to you? Besides being able to, understand the person that you're talking to, what else goes behind the skill of sales? Besides just listening and dialing.
Yeah, I mean, like it definitely helps in it helps in certain scenarios. Like with sales, there's also like something called a retention side of it too, which is like if sales want to cancel or return their products or whatever, there's a retention aspect of sales where you need to learn how to keep that customer happy without them leaving or canceling or returning their product. And that was a good one because that helps you identify that, it helps you not get so affected by, down people that are down in the dumps. Sales is good because it just helps you navigate how to talk to someone, how to, brighten up people's day, or how to not get offended if someone's saying stuff that would normally offend you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm answering right.
No.
I've been getting hit in the head for the last couple of hours.
That makes sense. I watched one of your videos, and you talk about two scenarios around rushing to fill silence. Why do you think that happens, and how do people overcome that?
I mean, I used to do it, only because you just don't know. People do. I used to do it because I didn't know there was a benefit in leaving silence. So I would fill silence because I felt like I had to.
What's the benefits in leaving silence?
Yeah. So, for example, if someone's if I ask you a really deep question that brings out the emotions that I need to present a product to you, right? If we dive deep into your problems that I can possibly solve, and I ask you a real nice question that's like super deep, then a deep question requires quite deep thought. So you want to think about it, like, oh shit, how is my life affected without this product? And you kind of think about all the ways that you could answer it, and then you answer with the most appropriate response, right? So if I, as a salesperson, ask you a super deep question, and then you think, and then I fill that silence, and all of a sudden I've cut off your thought pattern.
Yeah.
And then any answer that you give me now is a half-winded answer because I've stopped your thought process.
And it stops you from diving deeper into or taking information away from that deep thought answer.
Yeah. It's like if I ask you, think about how many times like you've had a really nice moment with Lisa.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. How many occasions could you think of with Lisa just then? right? But then if I say, how many times have you had a real nice moment with Lisa? Then now you're thinking about all of the times, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I don't want to feel silence. So silence doesn't mean it's an awkward conversation. It's just sometimes people need time to think. And that's a much better thing to have happen than someone answer for the sake of answering.
I think that's a good point. I think that can be taken in not just in sales, but I think in life as well.
In general, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And allowing the person to breathe, essentially, have that thought process, have them actually give you a proper answer to your question.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be that deep, but, still allowing that person to have that time.
And I mean, like, even if you kind of reverse the role a little bit, it's good to also know that it is okay to think about your answer rather than just say the first thing that comes to your mind. I should take my own advice in this. I
guess we live in such a reactive society now where everything's instant.
Yeah, that's right.
We're, I guess, programming our brains to be like that. So, why don't you have an answer? Or, you need to buy this today or not. Like, that kind of, I think, almost, as a customer, that would probably withdraw me from the transaction almost.
Yeah.
What's another mistake or common mistakes that people make during sales? And I'm trying to reflect myself as I'm talking to you now, because I used to be in sales maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, and trying to reflect on the mistakes I made. And I think the mistakes that I made were trying to think of the perfect conversation. Like, I would map the conversation out in my head before calling the customer, whether it would be the first time we spoke or calling them back. I'd always try and plan out my conversations. I don't know if that's a mistake or a good thing, but I try and plan it out and preempt their answers almost.
Yeah.
That's one. Filling in silence.
Do you play chess?
Do I play chess? Used to.
Yeah. That's a real chess move.
Is it? I think it's just.
Even because I've heard about that, right? Like, people have talked about really playing the chess game in sales, and it's like I could never fucking pre-think about a conversation before it's had. It would throw me off so hard.
I think probably I think it's probably maybe my paranoia or my perfectionism coming into it. So that's definitely one. Filling in silence, definitely one. But
on that note, just so you know, it's also not bad. It's just for me. I've seen some great salespeople that have mapped out really forward planned conversations before they were had.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to dismiss that.
Yeah.
It's just for me. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. For sure. What's the other one? I think probably the two that stand out to me. Filling in the space that we just touched upon, and then trying to. Not word for word, but definitely preempt the conversation and how that was going to go.
Yeah.
But building upon that, are there any other common mistakes that you've seen?
I think a big one that I notice is just people not really looking out for their own personal routines. And unfortunately, managers are not really there are certain sales managers that are really across what a good salesperson needs to have going for them outside of work for them to stay good inside of work. That's one thing that is, again, the sales manager that's kind of just led me and just really put a lot of work into me. That's one that he really encouraged for me to look out for my habits. Whatever keeps me happy will help me be happier at work.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's really important. Some people also this. I've seen managers say, look out for yourself outside of work, but then I've seen the same managers dismiss that person's bad attitude or bad mood and just try and force them to dial. It's not good.
It's not conducive to good sales.
Yeah. Happy people sell, right? So you need to be a happy person and you need to look out. You need to do everything outside of work that makes you happy in order for you to be happy at work.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
That's a big one? That's the main one?
For me, it is.
Yeah.
For me, it is.
How quickly people turn that around? I mean, I think I don't say issues, but things that they're dealing with outside of work, obviously it's dependent. It could be very low stress, very high stress. How quickly can you see that turning around, and then how does that lead into their performance? Can it quickly turn around and their performance, within a few weeks can... With
the habits, if you do the right things?
Yeah, with the habits.
Instant. Yeah, instant. Because when you do with sales, it's, for my background of sales is over the phone sales, so it's probably different in person.
Yeah.
But for over the phone sales, energy is everything. It's really heard over the phone, how you bring certain energy and the way you convict your voice and words. That's the customers can only hear you. Yeah. And if you take someone that's in a bad, like this has happened to me. I've been in a bad mood. Someone's taken me for a walk around the block. I've come back in a good mood and made sales straight away.
Yeah.
Because like all of a sudden I've just been able to let go of it, and then my energy transfers to the customer. I've been able to not be such a Debbie Downer on the phone. So like that's an instant fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fast ROI is looking out for your energy.
Your mental. Yeah, for sure. What was I mentioned? How do people move from transaction selling to relationship-based selling?
Oh, that's yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because like I much rather transactional over relationship building.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's just that I just love it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's really thought about that. I think some people see it as the same, but for me, I know there's a vast difference between the two. So
what's about the differences then for those?
I don't know. Like, my processes that I've instilled in me is just really based on like a 30-minute, like I've really mastered a 30-minute conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I've done well at relationship, like account management stuff and the longer term stuff, but I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
But because like the thing about that is that you have multiple contacts and they could have anything happen outside of your conversation, and you come and you're trying to keep energies here, but so much stuff could be happening to them outside of their life. Whereas at least if I have a transactional call, it's just one. I just manage that one conversation.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what they've got going on outside of work. I just need to keep them good here and now.
Yeah.
You know, whereas versus multiple contacts where anything can change that customer's state.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. People one thing that came to mind, one question came to mind was people have a hard time in sales dealing with rejections or no's or pushback from the customer. How do you coach people to overcome that?
Oh, it's so much easier to coach someone than do it. I fucking hate it. Like, getting no's, bro. You can't say it doesn't hurt. Like, it hurts, bro. Like,
all right. So how do you coach someone like that? How would you coach
but obviously, coaching someone else is different, right? Like, it's always easy to give advice and to take your own.
Yeah.
But it's just like whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you just go, okay.
It's whatever.
On to the next one.
It is whatever. Yeah. Like, because it honestly is whatever. It's like if you at the like real talk on it, it's like, what can you do? The call's done. Your opportunity's gone.
Yeah.
If you dwell on that, you're taking shit energy into your next opportunity.
Yeah.
So you really do have to be like, oh, whatever.
Okay.
You know, and then like if someone is getting hard on themselves, then you have to say that. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
And there were times like I was in a pretty hectic office.
Yeah.
And like you would just call people out for being a baby. It's like, oh, what, you're unhappy because they didn't buy your product? But the good thing is that makes them laugh.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, true, whatever.
On to the next call.
That carries a bit of risk going through that approach. So you really need to know who you're doing it to.
You gotta pick and choose your not target, but you know who you engage with. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't want to do that to a low new performer. Like they would absolutely
cry.
They would hate it. Yeah. They'd never come back.
Going back one step, how does that work with negotiation? I guess context for you is, purchasing a car from you, for example. Your price is $55,000. I go, nah, I want $50,000. How do you coach someone in that scenario, or how would you deal with that in that scenario? Because it's a common thing that would happen in sales.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time. So, I guess it depends on the tools that you have within your business as well. Like, you might. There's obviously two approaches. Some businesses have little extras that they can give.
Yep.
And then
that's one tactic. You can meet them at 50 and meet them at 55, which is your price that you're willing to go down to, and then throw in as extra. That's one.
Yep. And then if you don't have those little extras, like for example, if you're selling a car, like, look, let me see what I can do. Let's just say, as an example, if you have the extras, if you're trying to sell a car, like, look, we never offer, we never discount our products because at the end of the day, it's just devaluing our products. It's the last thing that we'd want to do. So we don't usually lower a price, but let me see if there is anything I can do. Maybe I might be able to hook you up with something instead. you know, and at least that way you haven't told them you come back with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so if they get told that in a customer's mind, they're like, oh, fuck, he's not going to do the price, but at least he's going to give me something nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you come back and you offer them, look, I told you, I couldn't really offer a lower price.
Yeah.
I was able to take a few $100s off. At least that way they're still getting something monetary.
They feel like they're getting something out of it.
Yeah, but obviously that's much better than $2,500.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, give them $250 or whatever, and then like a couple of mats. And then let's just say if you've got no extras, like if you can't do anything like that and you cannot negotiate the price at all, then as long as you have, again, identified the problem, any scenario can be dealt with as long as the problem you have the problems. You know what I mean? Like you want to hold on to their problems so that you can remind them of the problems that they have if they don't go ahead with your product.
Yep.
So as an example, look. Why would you need a car? Just tell me, for example.
Petrol's too expensive.
Yeah. So I'm selling an EV right now.
You're selling EV,
yeah, this is an easy sell. Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So you need a car. Petrol's expensive. You need an EV, right?
Yeah. But my insurance is going to offset that petrol cost. Insurance is very high for EVs.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I want a bigger discount on this car.
Yeah, fair. So at the end of the day, if you don't purchase this car, are you going to go through the process of going to buy another car?
Possibly.
Okay. So at the end of the day, you're going to get a car, right?
Yeah.
No matter what. So this isn't really a big need for you right now because you got other options.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All good. Look, I'll let you know. The only reason why I say that is because I want you to feel looked after. We don't want to stronghold you into buying our car for $55,000 if you can't afford it, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we can't lower the price on our cars because it actually devalues our car. And if we always devalue our car, then at the end of the day, if we keep losing $5,000 across multiple sales, we might not have a lasting business to be able to enter warranties for you if you need a warranty job. So that's just being very, very honest.
Yeah.
But the difference between what you need to pay versus what you want to pay is $5,000, which seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But if you take that over the 5-year loan term, it's only $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
So what you're really asking for, $1,000 divided by 12 is $90. Divided by 4.3 is about 20. So the difference between what we need you to pay versus what you want to pay is only $20 a week.
Yeah.
So with that being said, do you really want to go through all this process again just to try and save $20 a week?
Yeah. Damn, he's good, guys. That was good. That was great.
I think, I might have got the maths wrong on the $1,000 a year down to $90 a month. I think I got that wrong, but you get the idea.
I think, well, to call out, this is not me coaching you or providing feedback. Well, what I noticed from that interaction was, one, your body language. We'll touch on that. But two, I think you were listening to my concerns. You addressed those concerns very clearly, and you kind of allowed a little pause between each one before jumping on to the next one. So you had your points around, maintaining a sustainable business, and then you jumped into, what the cost difference between, what my discount I want is and versus what your sale price is. And then you talked about, excuse me, at the start of that, need, want, what's the process I'm going through, understanding what my next steps are, or what I'm going to do next if I say no to this just transaction today.
Yeah. It's really big to just take the pressure off a customer. At the end of the day, if they don't buy from you, so what? You got another customer anyway.
Yeah.
So if you can make that customer understand, it's like, no pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm just being realistic with you about what your options are and what you're trying to achieve right now. It's $20 a week savings for a car that you genuinely want, and then you're going to have to do all this again and probably choose second best.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
$20. Body language. You maintain a lot of eye contact. You're very big with language. I know your main experience has been over phone call sales, but I can see that, even in person now. How important is that over the phone even? Like, we'll talk about phone sales. How big is body language? How important is this?
Yeah, it's pretty big. Yeah. Because it's definitely something that you don't, when you do this all the time, you don't really think about it. It just becomes a real natural thing just to do because it helps push your energy out.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've had bad days when I'm just like this into my desk and I'm just on a call like that and I never get a sale, never.
And do you realize it? You're like, oh wait, my imposter's really.
But when you're in bad mood, you're just like, I'm just gonna feel this way for a bit. As long as it doesn't last for that long. I don't like it's alright. It's okay to have those days.
Yeah.
But body language is a massive thing. Yeah.
What are some things people can do almost instantly, highest ROI to get their body language better and increase the chance of sales?
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk?
Yeah, yeah. That's the best thing you can do.
So, for example, you're on a call now, you would just stand up and just make the call?
Yeah, 100%. Like, that's when that's like peak me, but like peak Treston presenting is walking.
Walk around the street, walk around the house, you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Always walking.
Okay.
And then at least if you're walking, like if you're someone that doesn't really use your hands and stuff, you'll just find that you do it while you're walking.
Even subconsciously, you just feel like...
It just happens, yeah. Because what are you going to do? You're going to walk on a presentation just like, talk like this. No way. You just naturally use your hands and stuff. So
Yeah. And do you coach that for your courses and whatnot? Like for your... Not courses, sorry. Do you coach that through your clients and whatnot? To have that body language or to walk?
I mean, if it's ever... not currently, just because I'm not in the environments to see.
Yeah.
Whereas, like when I was team leading, always 100% walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
Because like the thing about it is, what salespeople get in the habit of is like when they're working, right? You get in the habit of asking a question, writing notes, asking a question, writing notes, and it becomes really. It's really like a doctor. It's like when you go to see a doctor and they're like, "So tell me about what's going on," and then they write. But do you ever feel like you and your doctor are hella connected?
No, I'm like, part of me is like, what are you talking over there?
yeah. It's just like, it's a disconnected conversation. So, I
can imagine that'd be a lot harder because one, you're on the phone or video or whatever mechanism you're using. There's already a screen or a barrier between you, and then adding a keyboard or something that types is another layer, I can imagine, between you and the customer.
It just makes it a really, somewhat of a transactional conversation where it's just like, what's going on? Your answer, write it down. Versus like the best type of sales are the free-flowing conversational style where the customer has no idea that the conversation is structured. Yeah. It just seems like it's a free-flowing conversation, but really it needs to be structured.
Yeah. One of the famous ones, and you mentioned it from a movie earlier before. I'll link the prop is here, but sell me this pen. What does that mean? what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, like, it's just a really interesting thing to hear these days. And it's funny because it's like, it was so big in the movie. And it's like, now you even see, even Jordan Belfort's fucking over that question. It's like, he gets asked that question and he's like, and then he goes on about a theory explanation. He doesn't actually go through it. Yeah. But I would do the same, like, are you asking me to handle that or are you asking me what my thoughts are?
Both.
Both, okay. Yeah, my thoughts are it's a fucking rinse question, that's for sure. But I think if you're going to sell a pen, bro, it's like, fuck, how hard can you sell a pen right now? So you just got to be honest with someone, right? Yeah. Like, it's like at the end of the day, it's like the car approach. Like, you've got options, right? Yeah. You've probably got 1,000 pens at home. Yeah. So realistically, this isn't a full need for you right now, right? Yeah. But it doesn't mean I can't help you. Yeah. So maybe I'll find out a little bit more about you and I guess some of the best scenarios that you could use a pen for. Yeah. And if we have something great, if not, then that's fine as well. Yeah. So, having that indifference approach where it's like, I don't need to sell you a pen. You don't need to buy one, but let's have a chat anyway and maybe we'll find a mutual understanding or connection as to why you would still want to buy one now. Yeah. Why are you here in the first place? Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Just got to be real with customers. Not everything you have is going to be the best for them. Yeah. It can have flaws, but as long as you understand that, explain it, and then still help the customer see the positives stronger than the negatives, then you'll do really well. Yeah. 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 It's all about understanding the customer and their needs, really. Yeah. Okay. And holding on to that, like you said, fucking bag it up. Bag it up, and then use it at the end. That's how you really get sales, right? Yeah. Are any sales trends at the moment that kind of excite you or you're seeing come through at the moment? And on the flip side of that, the 180, are there any sales trends that you see at the moment that kind of worry you and you think, nah, that's super outdated these days? I think I just got to be a little bit careful with what I say here because I don't want to offend anyone. Yeah. But so what I'll say is like, I'm very over the... I'm over really direct sales coaches at the moment. Anytime I hear a really direct sales coach... What's a direct sales coach for those? It's like well, I don't even know if I'd call him a sales coach, like a sales influencer, a sales person on a platform. It's like telling people directly, like, how do I put it? My brain's literally malfunctioning right now while I choose the best words to say. So maybe what I'll do, I'll explain what I do, and then what I don't like is the opposite of what I do right now, right? Done. I think that's a much more humble approach and nicer approach. So simplified sales, the reason why I started a whole, like, I didn't really plan on content producing as much as I am at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's been getting a lot of good feedback because it does have a bit more of a structured educational approach rather than a direct, this is what you need to do and that's why, like, you just got to do it.
Yep.
You know, so it has a little bit more of like, it's more theoretical rather than shit examples.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you see a lot of salespeople that will give, customer will say this, then you say this. But realistically, bro, like, there's so much conversation that is had before a customer will say something. Yep. So you can't just say, you got to say this when a customer says this, because you have no idea what led that conversation anyway.
It's like an answer without context of what these people
are exactly. Online. Yeah, and there's so much of it. Like, there's so many, it's interesting. I was on a call yesterday with someone and they just really enjoyed what I had because, you know, no shade to the guys, but there's so many young salespeople that are really good, but are also giving a lot of sales advice. And it's like, you know, bro, you've been doing it for like 6 months, you know? Yeah. And again, it comes through with that unconscious, like, it's like when I was young, I thought I was good, but really I was unconsciously good.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything is just all coming from pure experience now.
Yeah.
Very relatable scenarios, very, like, everything is explained, and then it's up to you to use it in your own way. You know, I'm not telling you the best thing to do. It's just, this is the idea of what you want to consider, and then you enhance it with your own flavor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So I don't like the opposite of all that.
The opposite of all that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good segue. So if someone were to sign up, you know, with yourself tomorrow, Treston, what does that onboarding process look like, and what does the ongoing, I guess, support, and what do you provide?
So if it's so for example, if it's a person, like if I'm doing one-on-one coaching.
Yep.
So there's a couple of services at the moment where I'll offer either it's 2 weeks or 1 month.
Yep.
They're basically the same, it's just the length is the difference. So for 2 weeks, I'll listen to calls. I'll listen to 3 calls. I'll listen to 6 calls. Wait, how did I lay it out? For one-on-one, I'll listen to it's 6 calls.
Yep.
And then I'll provide feedback.
Yep.
To the agent, and then we'll pick the best thing that they can work on for the ROI.
Yep.
And then we have another catch up at the end of the week.
Yep.
To review, and then obviously to see how it went.
Yep.
And then from there, I'll listen to more calls and then have the feedback for the following week at the start, and then do the final recap at the end of the week again.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
you can't give someone too much to work on; it just doesn't work.
Your brain
out.
just malfunctions.
Yeah. It's just like you got to master one thing at a time, but you choose what will give the best ROI, because then they'll actually implement it. If you just give them something that is good, but it doesn't pay dividends for them in terms of sales or commissions, and they're going to be less hesitant to do it.
Is there part of you that has imposter syndrome with the business in terms of, you know, you obviously, it sounds like you've done all, you know, years of sales, you've done the hard yards, you've done the studies, the research, you've worked in the businesses that do it. Is there a part of you that ever had imposter syndrome since starting the business?
No, not really, not anymore. I mean, I think that's why it took me a while to start, because I did.
Yeah.
So I never started.
It was like, hey, where do I do?
Yeah, I was like,
who am I to tell someone?
You know, like,
who am I to tell
honestly,
someone?
like, it's just, I just, like, I firmly believe in my skills. I believe in the work that I've put in for it. I believe in all the success stories that have come from, you know, me making sales, to retaining sales, to teaching other people how to do sales, you know, helping people break PBs. Yeah. I can only I can only rely on the feedback that I've been given from the people that I've trained.
Yeah.
Unless they're lying, but I don't think they are. So they really give me they've really pumped up my tires for this journey. Is all the feedback that I've gotten from people I've helped in the past.
Yeah.
They're the reason why I can confidently not have imposter syndrome right now.
Shout out to all of them.
Yeah, shout out to all of them. Yeah, honestly, they don't even know, but it has helped.
Is there one client? You don't need to name them, obviously. But is there one client that stands out to you that you've helped along the way?
There's one that I haven't helped yet,
but
I will. That's why it stands out because he hasn't said yes.
But do they know who they are?
I reckon they'll know who they are.
All right. Hopefully they're listening to this and they know who they are.
I know they will because at some point they will realize like things are good at the moment for this business.
Awesome.
But it's not. But right now it's good, and what I'm seeing is not future proofed. And at that point, when this particular person realizes that they can't go on exactly like this forever, they can't maintain this run without proper sales structure. I think at some point they'll realize that. Yeah, but there's no point forcing that to someone. If things are good for someone, how are you going to be like, yeah, future proof? They're just like, fuck yeah, killing it. But
maybe without diving into that particular business there, but more generally, how do you see the signs of someone not being future proof?
Well, there's no sales structure whatsoever for the company.
What's the sales structure mean?
So similar to when you said before how you kind of mapped out a conversation.
Yep.
So I actually didn't tell you. I kind of do that, but not for questions. It's like I have a structure of a conversation from how I introduce myself to setting an expectations of how the sales structure will go for someone.
Almost like a pitch, kind of.
Yeah, it's like how the pitch goes. It's like the subjects within the pitch.
Yep.
Right? So this person has 0. It's purely relying on just being a nice person.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But that can't get you very far because, it just can't. It just can't get you very far. Like, because even right now they're wasting leads, but they're still converting enough, but they're wasting a fuck ton of leads.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think fortunate enough to interview so many business owners like yourself and on other previous episodes, the thing that they harp on about, and I think it's driving more and more into my head now, is having systems, having processes in place. So when things are going bad, there's something to fall back on. And when things are going well, there isn't that burden, there isn't that stress. There's that ability to amplify the business when things are going well. So I think that's to your point there.
Because like one thing I said to him, this really got things going for us for our conversation. It's like, I was like, if your guy, because I even mystery shopped them and listened to the call.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, 100%. I said I did so much work for these guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm surprised I didn't land them, but I'm also kind of not surprised just because they are still doing well.
Yeah, of course.
With someone who has no sales structure and they're purely relying on their mood to sell, if that person has a bad day, then they bring their bad day to work and they've got no structure.
Yeah.
So they're having a shit conversation because they're having a shit day.
Yeah.
But if you take a person that's having a shit day and they just give them some structure, then you don't really have to worry because they've still got structure.
They can get through, yeah.
They can still get deep with the customer. They can still tell the customer that they've got an ROI on their purchase. They can still do certain things as long as they have structure there, but this person has no structure. So if this person ever has a bad day and brings it to work, and then unfortunately in sales, if you have a bad sales day, you bring that to the next day until you finally break it. So even if you're not in a bad mood outside of work anymore, your confidence is broken because you didn't make any sales the day before. So there's just so much, guy needs structure.
I would say burnout's not the right word. Maybe it is the right word, but how do you kind of recover from a bad day or a bad period of sales? Like, how do you mentally refresh, recharge?
That's like the $1 million question. For myself, I don't really fucking have one. I'm not gonna lie. I try everything. Whenever I'm having a bad run, I just try and get up early. I try and train. I try and do learns. I try and spend more time with the family. I try so many things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
So everything you're just trying to amplify just harder.
Yeah. And so I don't have a formula that 100% works yet.
Yeah.
But my first go-to is fix everything outside of work in order to get good at work.
Yeah, and you found that sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, but it's also better than just trying.
Do you feel like this is probably a part of you that feels like you're in control again? Like the sales aren't going your way. That's like you said, and that point of episode I'm taking away is like something that you can't control. You can't have to let that go. But things outside of your work, outside the sales, you can't control. Time with your friends, family. time with yourself.
And like listen to your calls. Like you gotta, it's like review your game tape as well. Like
Yeah.
those are the two. I feel like that's the. You know what? Maybe we just figured it out. Like that's like these are the two things you need to do: is make sure everything outside of work is all gravy, and review your game tape. Like listen to your calls, figure out where your faults are.
Do you still listen to your calls?
Always, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah, it's like that's your again. Got to watch your game tape.
Yeah.
Okay. Always.
What do you? I think I listened to someone that was talking about how they review their own videos, and they do it in 3 ways. They do it without. They do it just audio only. They just close their eyes, or they're doing something, just have audio. They have the visual, so how they're moving their hands, how they're moving their face, and the last one is obviously both of them together, and they kind of analyze it through that. Is that how deep you would recommend someone that had never done this before to do it, or
for content?
Or in general, sales, content in general.
I mean, I just took mad notes for content because I haven't even considered that, but I feel like that would help. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really good. Thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know how I would relate that to sales, but I would always listen to calls for sure. Yeah.
And just take notes on where you went wrong.
Yeah.
Not wrong even, but just
and
where
it's
you
like you
could
don't
do
even
better.
if you can self-analyze without a coach list like giving you feedback, that's even better. Like if you know exactly how you sound at peak performance, you'll always be able to call out when you're not in peak performance.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Where do you see the business going in the next? I'm not gonna say 10 years because it's very far away, but next 3 to 5 years, where do you see the business going?
To the fucking top.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the fucking limit, bro. Like honestly, it means nothing to me having this goal, but it's just a goal, and it's one of those goals where it's like, whether you do it or not, doesn't bother you. But it is a goal.
Yeah.
Is to like acquire Telstra or Optus to run their customer service for them.
Yeah.
That would just be incredible. But for now, it's just like. I'm excited just thinking about it. Yeah, like
I can see it.
On your face. Bro, just having. At some point, I'm going to be running sales for so many businesses.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah,
and I feel like it could happen within 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, done. I'll hold you to it.
Thank you.
Done.
Yeah, please do.
No, we will. And if you want to reach out to yourself, just to inquire, to learn from yourself, where can they reach you?
At the moment, Instagram is going to be the best bet. So a message on Instagram.
Yeah.
Really all of them. I'm across all of them every day. Links. Instagram is Simplified Sales by CW. TikTok is the same. YouTube.
Yep.
I think they're all the same actually.
Yep.
No. Simplify Sales by Connection Wins.
Yep.
Or Simplify Sales by CW.
Yep.
Or LinkedIn.
No, good. I'll link all of those in the description box below.
Thank you.
Awesome. No, thanks, Justin, for coming on.
No worries, man.
We're definitely going to do a part 2, but I do have a closing tradition on the show. And the closing tradition is a question for my guest here. And the question is, what is the best advice you've ever been given?
Best advice I've ever been given. Best advice. Who cares? It's not even. Who cares? But it has to be who cares?
Yeah, it has to be in that tone.
It has to be in that tone.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's been really, really good for me. I was quite emotional growing up and things would get the best of me. My confidence could break quite easily. And I always had this, again, the same sales manager that taught me everything. He would just say, who cares, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, right. Who cares? And that kept giving me confidence just to move onto the next, onto the next.
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Awesome. No, thank you.
No worries.
So you guys want to reach out for all your sales or your communications, I'll link all that in the description box below. But thank you, Tristan, for coming on. Love to do a part 2 with you.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
in the future. But
maybe I'll interview you.
Done. Thanks guys for listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, give us high ratings, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, bro.
No worries, man.